Hey leaders, hope you're doing amazing. This is Mark from Ivy Leads, and for today's video, we're going to talk about a tutorial on how you can create a follow-up sequence for your opt-ins. Now, what I mean about opt-ins, if somebody goes through your purchase page, let's say they went to the purchase page. Okay, I'll show you an example. Let's go to our Dream Assistant program purchase page. So this is an example of a purchase page. Right now we're doing a promo, as you can see. But if somebody gets started, like for example, they go to the actual order form, where they can enter in their information, like their names, emails, phone numbers, like this, and they did not go through the next step or complete the order. Like, for example, they started typing the name, like full name here, email address, their phone number, and then they kind of selected the item. And then maybe somebody happened, like, their mom, and then somebody, their child needed attention, and then they exited or they did not go through whatever happened on their end. The point is they did not complete the order because something happened, right? You don't want to lose those leads because they are interested, right? They have the highest rate of conversion to a client because they actually went to the order form, put in their information, and then they did the just complete the process in the payment part. Or maybe they have to find their card, and then they kind of forgot about it already. So the goal of this tutorial is to actually give you the steps on how you can create a follow-up system. This is going to be automated for those who will do what I just showed you, and so you can follow up with them, right? All right, are you ready? Awesome. The first step is to go to your CRM portal and then go to automation, right? So assuming you already have your purchase page, all of those, then now we need to create a workflow. So in the automation, click on create workflow, and then we can start from scratch. Click on continue. And from here, the trigger that we're going to use will be the sale. I mean, under the, let me show you, contact action, right? And then we're going to choose order form submission, right? But make sure that the filter is not a sale, right? So the filter will be in funnel website. Obviously, we're gonna try to find the actual product first. Let's say that would be this, you know, and then once you find the website, choose what page exactly, you can find the order form. If it's like the page, the home page, wherever page that's located. And then also another filter for product. Well, this page doesn't have a product, but if you do have a product inside of that page, which you should have, then select that one. And once you put these three filters to locate the location, the next filter will be, okay, pretend that you have the product here, will be the submission type. And then instead of selecting sale, we're going to choose opt-in, right? So it just means that they opted in, meaning they put it in their information, but they did not complete the sale. So that's going to be the filter for the trigger, right? For this workflow. Once you have that trigger set up, so imagine you have, another one here, which would be the product. Since we don't have a product, we can't do that in the example, but you should have four filters, right? In funnel website, pages, wherever your order form is located, and then the product, and then whatever product you are selling in that page, and then the submission type, which would be the opt-in. All right, then click on save trigger, and then we're gonna do the action. So imagine what you want to happen, with this workflow or automation. Obviously, we need to follow up with the lead, right? So the first step can be, this is not limited to what I'm going to share with you. You can always be more creative, but just to give you some important examples or steps that you can do, obviously you have to follow up through email or SMS, right? So let's go with send email. Now for this action, just make sure you put your from name, from email, the subject line, and then the body. So the body of the email can be something like hey, and then the name for sure. Contact first name. I saw you went through my page, for example. Or if you can be specific, like what page that is. Like, I saw you were trying to purchase. You were trying to purchase my product, but did not complete. I saw you were trying to purchase my product, but did not complete the steps, or maybe the or or did not. Yeah, let's say the steps. Just wanted to follow up and make sure everything is good on your end, something like that. You can be friendly. It's kind of like telling them, oh, maybe they encountered a problem, or is there anything I can help you with, something like that. Is there anything I can help you with, or maybe you have any questions, something like that. And then you can even put the actual link of the purchase page where they just went and point or put their information, so that it's an easier access for them. Feel free to click here to continue the maybe step, or to complete the purchase, and then www dot your website, something like that .com. And obviously you're gonna put in your name. So just an idea, a rough idea is kind of like touching base because you saw that they went to your page but did not go through the steps. So it's kind of like, do you have any question? Do you need anything? Is something, does something happen on your end? How can I help you? Something like that. So the goal is to make them feel that you are watching them. It's kind of like when you went to the grocery, or maybe in, a mall, and then you're trying to buy something, and then a sales lady goes to you and assists you. So you want to give that feeling, so that they can feel like, oh, this some this person really cares about me, or they're checking in on me you know so that's the an email that you can do. So make sure you have the subject line here, sample, let's just say example, or maybe hi, contact first name. And then once you have that, you can add multiple steps. You can even, follow through SMS, because, you have the phone number here in the field. So you can use that information even, you know, and you can do the same, um, you know, content, for example. All right. And then some other ideas, you can even send a notification to yourself, right? So if you click on the plus sign, click on send internal notification, either email or SMS, or in-app notification, whatever is easier for you to check. For example, email, then you can change, you know, your particular user, for example myself, and then someone tried to purchase, for example, your product. And then in the custom message, what you can put is, the useful information like their name, and custom values. That would be full name, email, and then phone. So the purpose of putting this step, a notification to yourself, is for you to have access, quick access to their contact information, so you can, probably call them, because the best way is always to touch base personally, if you can, if you have the time. So for example, you already have the email, you have the SMS, and then you have this notification. So then you can follow up with them via call, maybe after 10 minutes that you've sent this, or that after an hour that you've received a notification and they still didn't go through the step. So you can have that personal touch and even increase your conversion to 500%. Where did I get that figure? That's based on the sales process that we discussed and learned about. So if you have those personal touches, because it takes like 5 to 10 personal touch to be able to convert someone. So as you can see, these are only two steps, and we can add like the third one if you are going to call them. So that's like only three follow-ups. All right, so you can be creative. You can even put a weight here, for example, wait, and then for example 1 day, and then you can send another email. You know, so you can extend that follow-up sequence. So just make sure to be creative. I suggest you create your templates or vision in a document. For example, email 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can just copy and paste it in the actual workflow. All right. So those are just some ideas that I can share with you. It's definitely up to you how you can be creative at this. And once you create the workflow and add those different steps that you wanted, make sure to click on save. Um, you know, Click on publish, and then in the setting area, make sure that you turn this on if you want somebody to receive the follow up again. Like for example, I went to your page and then I did not go through the purchase. I received all of the notification or the email follow-ups, the SMS follow-ups and everything. And for example, after 20 days, I revisited the page again. So if you want me to get the same emails, same SMS, then in the setting, click on allow re-entry. But if you don't want that to happen, you just want one time, if somebody goes to the page one time, they receive the email and then they do it again after like a year, and you don't want them to get the same follow-up, then don't turn this on, right? So that's what the allow re-entry means. All right. I hope you learned something today. If you have any question, let us know. And if you want to learn something in the CRM, let us know so we can create that for the next tutorial video. All right. Take care.